Dudes and dudettes, how are you guys? First time. This is Chazzy, and welcome to a video that I have been sitting on for a while. I don't know why it took me so long to record this video, because it's going to be talking about something that happened like a year ago at this point, you know. I don't know why it took me so long to do it. I was actually considering doing something a little different, like reviewing the games that I played, you know, in this very specific context that I'm going to be talking about for you guys today, okay? But anyway, now the title is not clickbait, you know. This really did happen some time ago, almost a year ago now. A friend of mine lent me his Nintendo Switch, and I cannot tell you how happy I was, man. You know, I don't know why I sat on this for so long, why I didn't talk about this sooner. And I didn't want it to be just a vlog. I would like to have shown you guys, you know, maybe some gameplays, you know, of the games that I played, you know. But still, it was awesome, guys, you know, because there was actually a time where I was given this Nintendo Switch, you know, for a while. And actually, I think he left it with me for about a month or so, because I think his brother went to travel and he was busy, you know, and actually his brother used it a lot. So I don't remember the full story now, but anyway, so he lent me his Nintendo Switch for a month, and I was going crazy. It was bonkers, man. I was going ballistic playing a bunch of different games, you know, and it was the first time that I was exposed to certain games on the Switch, you know, like for example, Super Mario Odyssey, which is one of the best games I have ever played in my entire life, bar none. And of course, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, very long title there. And I unfortunately didn't get to finish that one. I actually finished every game that I played except for that one, you know, not counting Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which I also played, you know, so... And I think it was really cool because it was very nostalgic, you know, because Mario games are always nostalgic in that sense, because it's like mixing the old with the new, you know, so it's always going to be something special when you play a Mario game. And Odyssey was very critically acclaimed. It was very well talked about, you know, and it was a game where the main mechanic is you taking a hat and possessing, taking control of other characters to use their powers, you know. So actually playing the game and finishing it, beating it, was really cool. I still cannot believe I had that experience. And there are 999 moons in the game. I actually got pretty close. I think I got what, 600 or 700 or so. I got really close, you know. I don't remember. I got so many different moons. Unfortunately, there was no time to finish it. I actually had a crush on a girl at the time, you know. That makes me sound like a teenager. I had a crush on a girl at the time. I was really into this fine little lady at the time, you know, and she actually challenged me, because she also had a Nintendo Switch and the game, and she challenged me to get all of the moons without using a single guide on YouTube or anything. So I was trying to do that, and I actually got pretty far, to my credit, you know. But anyway, so the thing is that I don't even know where to begin describing it, you know, but I guess I can start with Super Mario Odyssey, like I just said, you know. It's a very cool game. The mechanics are so cool, and you can use the Nintendo joystick to flip it around and actually make things happen in the game, you know. It's kind of like almost like an augmented reality kind of thing, you know. I think it was really cool, really awesome. And that game really is, I did a list some time ago talking about the top 10 games of all time, and if I can recall, I'm pretty sure I put Mario Odyssey on that list, you know. If I didn't, well, I should go back and re-record. No, actually, no, I didn't, because I still hadn't played it at that point. But you guys should still go and watch it. Please go and watch that video that I left the link up here. And because it had so many classic Mario themes, like invoking the 2D with the 3D platforming, you know, in certain sections, and a lot of really of the traditional characters that we saw in Mario lore, you know, I think it was really awesome, man. I think it was really great, the way that they presented it, you know. I think that the game was just amazing. It was remarkable, and without a doubt, one of the best I have ever played. The nostalgia just oozed out of it, man. I was going crazy here in my living room playing the game all freaking day, you know, because we were still in the pandemic, the COVID pandemic, so I was jobless. I was receiving money from the government, so I was pretty okay, making a little bit of money here and there, doing some other things, so I had a lot of time to play, was my point. And Super Mario Odyssey, man, I missed that game so much already. Building up on the Mario lore there, another game that I played a lot was, like I said, Super Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you know, and man, so many hours playing Mario Kart by myself. I called in a buddy of mine to come over too, because he also is a Nintendo fanboy, so we played so much Mario Kart together, man. I could literally play Mario Kart all day. Like, if I had a Nintendo Switch and that was the only game that I had, I swear I would not complain. I could play hours and hours of Mario Kart without stopping on end, man. It was really a lot of fun. So nostalgic, you know, taking me back to the days of Super Mario Kart 64, you know, all of those. And even the Nintendo Wii U, which really sucked, had a Mario Kart version, a Mario Kart port, which is pretty much the only reason to buy that damn thing aside from Super Mario Maker, which I also didn't get to play, but I don't even know, it might be something that I could explore later in the future, you know, because I think it might be really fun to try that, do some gameplays, you know. And Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is a timeless game, guys. It's classic. You never get bored of it, no matter how many circuits you do, no matter if you play each map 10 or 20 different times in one sitting, you will never get bored of Mario Kart if you're a true fan of Nintendo, you know. The reason that I didn't record any gameplays for any of the games for my channel, and I really wanted to, is because his console is not original. It's here in Brazil, it's something that we call desbloqueado, which is kind of like you having a pirated version of the console, you know, where you can get the games for much cheaper or even free. So it worked perfectly fine, you know, there was nothing wrong with it, but unfortunately I wasn't able to do screen capture, you know, or play online with Nintendo Online. So I unfortunately wasn't able to record gameplays for you guys, you know, and I regret that so much. I really regret that. I wish I could record some stuff, but don't worry guys, I'm sure I will get an opportunity in the future, you know, and it's gonna definitely be a lot of fun. So anyway, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, you know, classic, you know, not much to say about that, just a lot of fun playing the most up-to-date Mario Kart game, you know, with all of the graphics, you know, the capabilities, and having so much fun with a friend of mine. I wish I could have thrown a little party and had a bunch of friends here, you know, playing, but it was during the pandemic, the quarantine, so yeah, better that it stayed that way. Okay, next I want to talk about Zelda Breath of the Wild. Oh my god, that game is freaking awesome, guys. You know, I was a fun fact for you guys. It is the first time that I had ever played any Zelda game in my life. You know, I was never really into it when I was a kid. I don't know why. My parents never seemed to buy me those games. You know, it's not like I didn't choose to. I may have played a few on and off a few times, but not enough to say I've actually played a Zelda game, you know. And there were two Zelda games on this Nintendo Switch. It was this one, Breath of the Wild, and also Link's Awakening, the one where they go back to the little cute little 2D sprites, but now in 3D, you know. But it was completely in Portuguese, so I didn't want to play it, you know. I rebelled against that because I wanted to play it in English, but there was no option for that, you know. But I had a lot of fun playing Breath of the Wild. I explored so much, you know. I updated Link, you know, the character, quite a bit. I got really far in the game road, you know, but of course it would have been impossible to finish the game in the time that I had the Nintendo Switch in my possession, because it's a very long game. Those of you who have played Breath of the Wild, you know, whether or not you finished it, you know that it's a huge open world to explore, you know. So it is really truly a lot of fun, and I wish I could have recorded gameplays of it as well, but unfortunately it just wasn't possible. But you know, it will happen one day. I promise you guys, I will find a way to record something related to the Nintendo Switch, you know, on my channel soon. I can't afford to buy one right now, but who knows, guys, who knows in the future. But anyway, so Breath of the Wild is a huge game. It's luscious and beautiful and gorgeous. It is amazing. So much stuff to do. A far cry from the old Zelda games, which were much more linear, you know. Now you awaken from a slumber and you have to go and explore and upgrade Link, you know, get different weapons. You can cook food, you know. It's really cool. You can ride horses, go into town, you know. And there are these things that I forgot what they're called, but they are essentially the equivalent of teleporting stones, you know, where you can use them to go from point A to point B all across the kingdom, you know, so you don't go too far away. But to be honest, I actually really enjoyed walking, you know, running and going on horseback to places, gliding with my little Link glider thing, you know. It was really, really cool, man. I loved exploring that game so much. The combat system, I kind of sucked at first, and I was really terrified of the Guardians. That is what they're called, right? The guys who shoot you with the laser, and it's pretty much an instant kill if you have very low health, you know, very few hearts. So I really enjoyed doing the quests. I got through some of them. It almost made me feel like I was playing RuneScape again. God, I miss RuneScape. But anyway, so I think that Breath of the Wild is easily one of the best games I have ever played, you know. I don't think it showed up on that list of mine because I hadn't gotten a Nintendo Switch at that point yet, but still, really cool, man. Really freaking cool. Oh my god, I miss it so much. It was the first Zelda game that I played, so it really served to get me into the lore, you know, and research more about Zelda and other games, you know, and what the characters are in relation to each other, this kind of thing. So, and it took me back to the days of Smosh, you know, when they used to do old Nintendo videos like Smosh, no, sorry, like Zelda parodies, you know, Mario skits. So it was really cool too. My first exposure to a Zelda game, and I really wish it could have lasted longer. I wish I could have, you know, finished it, but it wouldn't have been possible. Either I dedicated all of my time to just Breath of the Wild, or I, you know, played some of the other games, you know, that I'm going to be talking about too. Okay, so another game that I played, which was also very nostalgic to me, is in the Donkey Kong lore, which is Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. You know, now this one, guys, God, You see, I actually didn't finish it. I don't know why, but the Donkey Kong game didn't attract me too much as the other ones did. And I played a lot of Donkey Kong on my Super Nintendo when I was a kid, you know, Donkey Kong Country. I've always been a really big fan, you know, but for some reason it didn't captivate me as much as the Mario games, you know, like I wanted much more to finish Super Mario Odyssey than Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, you know, but it was still a really good game, you know. It really took me back to the nostalgic days of eating bananas and collecting bananas rather, and hurling through barrels and jumping on enemies' heads to kill them, you know. A lot of co-op action with Diddy Kong and some other characters. So, but the thing is that it felt very generic. It felt like a carbon copy, an updated carbon copy, if you will, of the game that I played way back on the Super Nintendo. And I don't think that Donkey Kong games have too much to offer in terms of variety, because they are always essentially the same. It's different than Mario, because like Mario Kart, for example, yes, Mario Kart games are always essentially the same, but for somehow I don't get tired of them, and we don't, because every time a new game comes out, the graphics look better, the environments are better, there are new maps, new cars, vehicles, a little bit new characters, you know. So it's like Super Smash Bros. Brawl, you know, the Super Smash Bros. Games in general, you know, they're always updating the rosters with new characters, you know, so you never really get truly tired of them. So that's the way that I saw Mario as on a Nintendo Switch. But Donkey Kong just didn't really do it for me. I don't know why, but it is still, of course, an awesome game, and I really like playing it, even though I didn't really want to finish it. I wanted to focus more on the other games. So it was great, man. It was great, you know. It was the most nostalgic month of my life, you know. I can't believe it took me so long to record this video talking about it, because it happened so long ago at this point. And it was nice to get into Donkey Kong again. Now, I forgot exactly what the story was, but something happened that made the island completely freeze over, so they had to try and go and counteract it, you know. So it was nice to go around getting the bananas again, getting all crazy with my bananas. Don't touch my damn bananas, man. Do not touch my damn bananas. But it was nice to hear the classic theme song, the do 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 do. I cracked my neck and it hurt. Jeez. Okay. So anyway, yeah, Tropical Freeze. And now the last game that I played, I actually played quite a lot of the game. I played every single game that he had on his Nintendo Switch, you know, except for the ones that I also have on my Xbox One, so it didn't really make a lot of sense. But anyway, so probably the game that was, well, aside from Mario, the one that really poked my, I'm just checking my timer here just to let you guys know, to see how much time I've been recording. And the next game is called Ultra Street Fighter 2, you know, which is one of the more nostalgic ones as well, because I grew up playing Street Fighter on the Super Nintendo as well, and then a little bit more on the other consoles, you know. I played it on the PS2 once with a friend of mine, you know, but it was always like, eventually I got to Street Fighter 4 on the Xbox 360, which was of course a lot of fun as well. And I just think it was awesome for the sheer, like, I don't know guys, I mean, because it's like the original Street Fighter, the Ultra one, but now with enhanced graphics, you know. So it's like they took the old game, but they remade it with a different kind of enhancement, you know, a different kind of color palette, you know, and the graphics looked a little bit different. So to me, it was really cool, you know. And I played many rounds of Street Fighter because, guys, I am addicted to Street Fighter. To me, it is the best fighting game that have ever existed. You could argue that Mortal Kombat and Dead or Alive, you know, can also kind of get up there, but I don't think it's the same. I really don't think it's the same, because I mean, Street Fighter is much more impactful, you know. Yes, Mortal Kombat is also old, but it's been more about the brutality, the gore, the blood, and the violence, you know. And Street Fighter was always just its own thing, you know. It was brutal, but in its own special way, you know. It didn't have to rely on graphic violence or blood like Mortal Kombat did back in the arcade days, you know. So to me, Street Fighter is the ultimate fighting game, you know. And every title that comes out, why do people keep calling me while I'm recording? No, go away. It's probably just a freaking telemarketer or something. So every Street Fighter game that comes out, similar to Mario Kart, is something that I'm always going to want to play, because it's timeless. It's a classic game. Whether you play the more recent one, which is, I believe, is Street Fighter 5, maybe there's even a 6 coming out, I'm a little behind on that. Whether or not you play that or the old one back on the Super Nintendo, it's still the same experience, man. And the old Super Nintendo games, you know, are just as fun today as they were back then, you know, because Street Fighter never gets old. It doesn't age. The game itself, the old ones, they age very well. The one that I played on my Nintendo was I think it was called Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, or just Street Fighter 2 Turbo without the Super. Yeah, it was definitely that, you know, where they have an updated roster of characters and stuff. What is with the, it smells like somebody's burning rubber outside or something. When it's not the neighbors playing music, it's freaking burnt rubber. But anyway, so those were the 5 main games that I wanted to talk about here on this channel and on this video, because they were the ones that I most played, that I put the most amount of hours into, that I played multiple times a day, you know. And there aren't any other noteworthy games except for those 5, you know. If I ever get a Nintendo Switch myself, which I hope to one day, I'm definitely gonna be milking it, guys, and playing a bunch of games for you, you know, not just for fun for me, but also for you too, because I would love to have a playlist of those games. Oh boy. There's a freaking bastard driving by with this freaking, it's a woman, of course. Well, that's it, guys. That's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, a little trip down the memory lane in both senses, because nostalgia because of Nintendo childhood, and also because I actually wanted to talk about this that happened a year ago, and I hope it happens again. If anyone wants to lend me some more consoles, I'm definitely down for it, you know. And that's it, guys. Okay, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure to give it a like and also subscribe to my channel, because I have videos coming out literally every single day, sometimes 1 per day, sometimes 2, so it's better that you also hit the notification bell to know exactly when they're going to be coming out. It's going to be awesome too. So thank you so much, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you prefer, you know, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and what influence Nintendo had in your life, you know. I really just wanted to talk about those 5 games because they were the most important ones, the ones that I played the most, you know. So I hope you guys really liked it, okay? So that's it. This is Chazzy, signing out for now, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.